Hey everyone, welcome to class 5 of the Yoga Basics series. Today we are focusing on the pose Cobra. Cobra strengthens our spine and stretches our chest, lungs, shoulders, and abs. I'll show you 3 different variations of Cobra throughout the flow. If there's one that you like better, then you can continue to just do that one, but I encourage you to try the others. If you experience back pain or if you've had a recent back injury, then I want you to still try this flow, but every time we move through Cobra, I want you to try to go into Child's Pose. All right, we're gonna get started on our mats. We are gonna move right into Child's Pose. To start Child's Pose, your knees can come up as wide as your mat. You're gonna bring your hands straight out in front of you and bring your forehead or your third eye to the mat. Begin to deepen your inhales through your nose and your exhales through your nose. You begin to roll side to side, your third eye. This helps us regain focus. On your next inhale, I want you to move into tabletop. Your hands are coming underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. On your next inhale, you're going to drop your belly and lift your gaze up, moving into cow. And on your exhale, you're going to tuck your tailbone, bring your gaze to your belly button, moving into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Keep moving through cat and cow at your own pace. This will really warm up our bodies. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Your next inhale will all meet in tabletop. Now we're going to move into sunbird. I want you to inhale your left leg up behind you. And if you feel balanced, then you can inhale your right arm. On your next exhale, you're going to bring your right elbow to meet your left knee, and you're going to curl your spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. 2 more at your own pace. Lengthen both your arm and your leg. Replace your right hand underneath your shoulder. And then we'll replace our left knee back under our hip. We're going to move into sunbird on the opposite side. Inhale your right arm, right leg back. And then your next inhale, lift your left arm. Lengthen. On your exhale, bring your knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. 2 more at your own pace. We're going to lengthen as much as we can. And we'll place our left arm. And then we'll replace our right knee. Moving back in tabletop. We're going to curl our toes behind us. And then we're going to lift our hips to the sky. Coming into downward dog. You can walk out your feet. You want your fingers to be spread wide, so you're using your whole hand. Pushing your chest towards your knees. Your gaze is at your belly button. And we'll stay in downward dog for 3 breaths. On your next inhale, you're going to bring your gaze up in between your hands, and you're going to move from downward dog into forward fold. Our head is hanging loose. And we'll slowly roll up to mountain. From mountain, we will move into sun salutation A. Inhale your arms up. Exhale your hands down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands on the ground, step your left foot back, step your right foot back, coming into high plank. From high plank, we're going to exhale all the way down to our bellies. Point our toes. Push your thighs into the ground, lift up, upward dog, and then coming into downward dog. Gaze moves in between our hands, leading back and forward fold. And roll yourself up to mountain. We'll repeat those steps again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back, high plank. Slowly exhaling, coming down to your belly. Point your toes. Press your thighs into the ground. Lift your body up. Upward dog. Curling your toes down, moving into downward dog. Step, jump, or float into forward fold. And then roll your body up into mountain. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back, high plank. On our exhale, we'll slowly go down to our belly. Point your toes Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Move your gaze in between your hands. Step, jump, or float to forward fold. Inhale, mountain. Our palms are facing forward. Our shoulders are rotated back. We're going to move into a half moon standing variation. We'll bring our hands to our sides. We'll reach with our left hands as far as it can go down our leg. And our right shoulder is going to come up. Our gaze can look down at the ground. Inhale, your shoulders are level. Exhale, slide your right hand as far as it can go down your leg. Your left shoulder is higher up, and you're gazing down at the ground. Inhale, shoulders are level. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down next to your feet, and I want you to bend your knees. And once you feel steady here, you're going to inhale your arms up to the sky, but your knees are going to stay bent. Chair. Inhale, mountain. We're going to heel toe our feet to the edges of our mat, maybe a little bit in, and we're going to come into garland pose. In garland pose, it's basically a low squat. So you can inhale our arms to prayer, then we're going to sit down as far as we can go. Then we'll put our elbows on the insides of our legs to help push our legs out a little further. Our hands are going to stay in prayer, and our gaze is forward. Bring your right hand to the center and inhale your left arm up to the sky. This is a variation of garland. On our next inhale, we'll bring our left hand to center and our right hand up to the sky. Bring both our hands to prayer, coming to garland. And on our next exhale, we'll come back up to standing. Heel toe your feet in, and we'll move into mountain pose, rotating our shoulders back, our palms move forward. From here, I want you to step your left foot back. You can bring your foot down, and your front foot is facing forward. You can bend your front leg. Inhale your arms up to the sky, coming into warrior one. Once you feel like your foundation has been built, you can sort of move a little bit more in the pose. If you would like to widen your stance, you may do so. Exhale your hands to frame your front foot. Turn your back toes so they're facing forward. And we'll step our right foot back, coming into high plank. We're going to exhale, slowly move down our belly to the ground. Point our toes. Bring our forehead to the mat. We're going to move into our first variation of Cobra. Press your thighs to the ground, and on your inhale, slowly lift your forehead off the mat and your hands. Exhale your forehead to the mat. Curl your toes. On our next exhale, we'll come up to a plank, and then we'll lift our hips to downward dog. Bring our gaze in between our hands. Step, jump, or float to the top of your mat, coming into forward fold. Roll up into mountain. And move into warrior one on the opposite side. Step your right foot back. Your toes are a little bit diagonal in the back. Your front heel is in line with the back arch of your foot. Once your legs are built, then you'll inhale your arms up. Your gaze is forward. Exhale your hands to frame your front foot. Step your left foot back, coming into high plank. On your exhale, I want you to slowly bring your belly to the ground. Our forehead comes to the mat, and our toes are pointed. We're going to move into the second variation of Cobra. Here, we'll use our hands to gently lift us a little bit higher off of the mat. Inhale, Cobra. We're not using our hands to push us back. We're using our hands to help us push our chest forward. Our toes are still pointed. Exhale, your forehead comes to the mat. On your next exhale, I want you to curl your toes. Inhale. Exhale, push yourself up to high plank. And then bring your hips to the sky, downward dog. We're going to hold this downward dog for 3 breaths. From downward dog, move into high plank. Bring your belly slowly to the ground. Your forehead comes to the mat. Your toes are pointed. As you press your legs down to the ground, gently use your arms and your breath to push your chest forward and lift into Cobra. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can go back to our second variation, which is a little bit lower, or to our first variation, which is our forehead and our hands off the mat. No matter which variation you are in, all of them are working to strengthen your back. Exhale, your forehead comes to the mat. Curl your toes. Inhale. Exhale, push to high plank. Bring your hips back, downward dog. Bring your gaze in between your hands. Step, jump, or float into forward fold. In this forward fold, I want you to hang your head and draw with your fingers on the mat. Or you can bring opposite hand to opposite elbow. From forward fold, we'll bend our knees. We come into a seated position in bound angle. In bound angle, I want you to rotate your shoulders back. If your legs are too high, you can bring your feet further away from you. And I want you to slowly come closer to your feet with a straight back. And back to a straight back. Bring your hands on the outsides of your knees and slowly bring your knees together. Make sure you're on your sit bones so you're not leaning back too much. Bring your hands underneath your thighs. We're going to move into boat pose. So you can point your toes. You can keep your hands on the back of your thighs. You're lifting your toes to be in line with your knees. If you can keep going, you might make a V. You can leave your hands behind your thighs, or you can have them out in front of you. It's a little bit of core work. We'll be here for 5 breaths. I've got a little shake going on. I'm pretty sweaty, but only 2 more breaths. Good. From here, we're going to challenge ourselves to a little bit of work. We're going to slowly come down. Your head and your feet are staying off the ground. Exhale, back to boat. Inhale down. Exhale, back to boat. Inhale down. Exhale, back to boat. Inhale down. Exhale, back to boat. One more. Inhale down. Exhale, back to boat. Inhale, moving to corpse pose. Bend your knees so your feet are flat on the ground. Bring your arms out to a T. Drop your knees to the left and move your gaze to the right. For your next inhale, I want you to bring your gaze to the center. And then Bring your knees up to the sky. We'll drop our knees to the right and we'll move our gaze to the left. When you inhale, bring your gaze to the center and your knees up to the sky. You can bring your arms in, and you can move right into Shavasana. Or if you have any last poses or movements that your body is craving, I invite you to do those, and then move into Shavasana. So our legs are out straight, our palms are facing the sky. If this is uncomfortable for you, I invite you to find a position that allows you to relax. Maybe it's laying on your belly, maybe it's a seated position. But begin to feel yourself melt into your mouth. Allow your breath to be normal. Allow it to move through your body. When your world moves so fast and you lose yourself in the chaos, introduce yourself to each color of the sunset. Reacquaint yourself with the earth beneath your feet. Thank the air that surrounds you with every breath you take. Find yourself in the appreciation of life. I invite you to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you need. Namaste.